Okay, so remember, in order for a number to be in scientific notation, it has to be one number and then a decimal, and that can't be a zero. Okay, so a non-zero number, then a decimal. So, is this one? No. This one is yes. Now, when it says to explain why on your assignment, if we have those, you don't need to explain. It's just that one rule. There's got to be one non-zero number, then the decimal. Now, if they were to change this to scientific notation, the decimal should go there. So it should be 9 times 10 to the 8th. And you don't, if it's just one number, you don't need to put the decimal. Because if there's nothing shown, it's meant to go right there, 9.0. But since I moved the decimal, I've got to change that number. No? See, when they were moving it, they went one too far. Does that make sense? So that means it shouldn't have been 8, they should have stopped at 7. So to write a number in standard form, this just tells you how many spots to move the decimal, not how many zeros to add, how many spots to move the decimal. And since it's negative, that means you move it left. So just be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'd be point, fill these in with zeros. Now, here's a mistake that a lot of people make. I've never been able to figure out why. They'll do this, but then they'll write it like that. 0.0003.22. The decimal's no longer there. It's been moved from here to here. So don't put 2 decimals in there. So this one, move it 5 spots. It's positive to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be 790,000. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, an object with lesser density than water will float. An object with greater density than water will sink. Use each density, and this is kilograms per cubic meter, to explain what happens when you place a brick and an apple in the water. So, here's the density of water, which would be 1, 2, 3. 1,000 kilograms per cubic meter, so meter cubed. This one, we'd have to move it 3 spots, 1, 2, 3. So, what will happen? No, because it's more. This one, 641, which is less than that, so it would float. Okay? I would have thought a brick would have been higher than that.
I don't think that's right.
You don't believe it?
No, I mean like I probably don't know how to write measurements.
Yeah, Carly, talking the video.
Yeah, it's funny.
Okay, that's all it is just,
So
okay? Here they've got some information on the side you need to know. A female flea consumes about 1.4 times 10 to the negative 5th liters of blood per day. So we'd have to move that 5 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But that's meters.
What?
I know, please a female.
So 0.000014 liters. If a dog has 100 female fleas, how much blood do the fleas consume? So what do we got to do?
Move decimal bit to the right.
Right. When you take it times 10 or 100 or 1,000,
Or 10.
all you got to do is move the decimal however many zeros there are. So we'd have to move it 1, 2, so that would be 0.0014 liters. Okay.
That was a less than sign.
Oh.
I was so confused.
Yeah, look at this.
No, I like her voice. I want her to lose it.
Okay, so your assignment is 3 through 24, but when you're doing these, right here, these are just yes or no. Tell whether it's scientific notation. We don't need to explain. Just say yes or no.
Okay.
So on page 440, 3 through 24.